to fill up their greatness tracker, and she's going to do what realtors do every day of the week. By day. Monday, what the lender does. Tuesday, what the realtor does. Make sense? You guys good? All right, where's our section? What's it called? Page 23. Thank you so much for the assistance. So Kendra, tell me, when it comes to your, give me some, I would like to ask you a question. What's your biggest frustration with your greatness tracker?
Not enough time to fill it up because I'm trying to work less and make more. And so I don't know about you guys, but I just don't feel like there's enough hours in the day. Every file's a fire, and you got leads coming in, and you got closings you got to go to. A little difference in us and you, Jimmy. We have to leave our office to work. Would you guys agree, realtors? So it's tough because we spend a lot of time in our car. And we do try to make some calls in the car, but there are certain people you can call in the car and certain people you can't. So I would say my biggest challenge is just finding the time to fill it up and get everything else done I need to.
How do you keep it as one of the questions was prioritizing. How do you keep, what's your tactics that you use on your team? I mean, what we're talking about is green time. You guys agree?
Yes.
So what do you do on Mondays for helping fill up your greatness tracker? What's your thing?
Monday, we as realtors call 12 of our top 50, okay, our VIP group. We talked about it this morning. Last year, 70% of my business came from it. I'm hoping to hit that number to 90%. So I love on 50 people really, really hard, 12 months out of the year. If I can get 90% out of that, that's what I want to do. So I call 12 of those every Monday.
So your list is how many people? Her VIP list, she's already started it. The one you guys are working on it. It used to be your what list?
Used to be our favorite business people.
Favorite business people. So the difference is favorite business people is most of our VIPs, plus you add some others. Rick's working on that list. Let's leave that definition loose for right now. Agreed? So that's the list she's going to call on Monday. She's going to call 12 every Monday, which means you must have like 48 on there?
Yeah, I've got 50 on there.
50 on there. So they're getting called how often?
Every 4 weeks.
So once a month they're getting a call from her. So what do you guys, what's your style? What do you say?
Here's the thing, guys. The VIP are people you should be in the flow with. So these are not cold calls, okay? Initially, you're going to put people on there that you haven't had a deal with yet, but you want to get in a deal with, okay? And so that's the difference in when we had our favorite clients, past client lists, they just bought or sold with us. But this group, you're in the flow, and I say that a lot. So if you're talking to me about my list, my VIP list, I know a lot. I know your anniversary. I know your spouse. I know your kids. I know your hobbies. I know a lot about these people. So it's not a cold call. This is my favorite day of the week to call because I get to call on somebody that I like and I want to know what's going on in their life. So it's usually a very social call. We talked about that up front with Mark Kuchik when he was talking about making calls this morning with Rick. When I call Rick, he's on my top 50. It's usually, what'd you do this weekend? And he's either talking about his kids being there. If his daughter came from Florida, he's talking about his grandkids. He's talking about his golf game with Roy. He's talking about something he and Britt did. So it's always very personal. Now, my object to get them on the phone is to catch up. But then I have a second object. Depending on what time of the month I'm calling them, I might be inviting them to my happy hour. Okay? So these people are in connection and in relationship with other people in my top group. Do you see what I'm saying? It's kind of like my own BNI. Think about it that way. So if you had your own little BNI group and you didn't have to fill out that paperwork, that was the mentality of me for starting my VIP group. Okay? So when you go to BNI, you got to stand up, you got to ask for referrals, you got to fill out the paper. Anybody ever been in BNI? It's a lot to keep up with, right? So this is your own BNI. You don't have to do a report. You just get to refer these people and introduce them, and I call myself the connector. So a lot of times if I send an introduction email from my restoration company to an insurance guy, I say, it's your local connector. I'm making sure that you guys know each other. Because if a restoration company goes out and does a water job, don't they get that referral a lot of times from an insurance company? So when I connect those two people, what did I just do? Cemented that relationship, right? So every time they think about that referral partner, the insurance and the restoration guy, they're going to say, I met them through Kendra. I just formed my own little BNI referral group. Does everybody see how that works? So this group should be calling to invite them to a happy hour, trying to get an appointment, set a dinner date. I want to share one more little story right here, if you don't mind. But on Saturday, if you're on my Facebook page, you saw my husband and I dressed up in the craziest outfits ever. But there's a steeplechase, which is jumping horses race in Nashville. It's a big deal. I'd never been. We belong to this governor's club. There's some people that I've been trying to connect with. So I bought 8 tickets. They were $400 a couple. I was like, okay, I'll write that expense off. We'll go and we'll invite some people from the club that I want to get to know better. So we took 3 VIP people and their spouses. It was catered lunch. It was open bar. They took us to the front door, dropped us off. That was a big wow. So I can't wait to call those people when I get back and share pictures that I had. Those are the kind of relationships that these people, you should have with these people. It should not be a casual relationship. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me. Do you guys pick up what she's putting down? You guys all look like maybe you missed it. What's the number one thing she's doing on Monday? The value she brings to her VIPs. You guys understand what a VIP is? The LPR, you know what LPR means? Loving, profitable relationship, right? So what's the number one thing she did for her VIPs? Did you hear it? She's a connector. So when you're calling on Mondays and you're a realtor, or if you're a lender and you're calling your realtors because you're calling 40 realtors, what I want you to do is be a connector. You're thinking like a businessman, businesswoman. You're trying to connect people. If I give, if I'm in Tennessee and I give her some real estate transactions, I give her some introductions to a builder that I know, and I call her on Monday and I connect her with a business opportunity, does it matter if she gets it? You think she's going to feel obligated to me? I think so many times that you guys come listening to these classes and you're trying to think all the time from whose point of view? Right. All you can think about is what's in it for me. You guys remind me of my 6-year-old. All Nick cares about is he going to get to watch what he wants? Is he going to get to watch what he eat what he wants? Is he going to get to play when he wants? Mm-hmm. That makes sense? So when you think like that as a salesperson, that's the parasitic relationship. That's the opposite of what you want to do. So the biggest thing she gets on Mondays is she's looking to connect people, connect them with opportunities. The second thing she said, which I agree with, that I do on my Monday Realtor calls was what? That's fun. She said, well, invite. Okay? I don't think it has to be, listen, you got to do a happy hour a month. You got to do a lunch and learn a month. It's some structure. It's something easy to invite them to. But I'll tell you, for me, it's not what gets me the best results. What gets me the best results, the 2 things I'm doing right now that get me the best results that I developed by calling realtors on Mondays is a 3-on-3 basketball league that I play with 2 realtors and working out in the morning with a personal trainer for boxing with 2 realtors. So imagine you're a loan officer and you're together with 4 big realtors twice a week each, and you're hanging out for an hour and a half and you're sweating and grinding and trying hard and banging. You think you're developing a relationship? Yep. You think they're getting respect for me when they see how hard I work out? Do you think they're feeling love for me when I pat them on the butt when they make a good shot? Is that a different kind of relationship? Do you see the difference in the VIP relationship? There's no parasite feeling in it. So I'll give you an example. I'm doing my Monday realtor calls, and there's a realtor in my neighborhood who's #1 in all of East Sacramento, and I'm inviting him to fish because he loves to fish and I love to fish. So I'm trying to set up a guided fishing trip. And I've been trying to get this guy to go fishing with me forever. And his kids go to school where my kids go to school. So our wives kind of know each other and it's kind of getting connected and the community's kind of feeling the vibe. And I keep inviting him. So you know what he finally does? He invites me and my family to go with him to Hawaii. All the families are going to Hawaii. Are you guys going? I'm like, I don't know. I have to check with Jen. He goes, well, we're going and we're staying at this hotel and I'm a VIP there and I can book it for you right now. But if you wait, I said, well, book it and I'll get permission. So I go hang out with their family for a month from a Monday realtor call, or for a week, for a Monday realtor call. What do you think happens when we get back from being together in Maui for a week? Hey, come over. I need to do some I need to put you on my mailers now because I'm not going to use the other guy anymore. And I need to get your stuff on my website and I need to get your business cards going. Now, that's not why I wanted to go to Hawaii with them, but it's what happened because I hung out with them. Yeah. Make sense? That happens on these calls on Monday. That's the goal. You're looking to invite and be invited and be a connector. That's a big, big deal. I didn't know you did that. That's pretty good. What's the third thing you do on Monday call? Or any other big things that you're thinking about on your VIP list on Mondays?
Just connection, invitation, and then usually try to set an appointment. Because I try to see these people, if they haven't been to a happy hour, and guys, Don't be offended if a VIP doesn't come to your happy hour every single month. They're
They won't.
busy. They got kids. We got stuff going on. Depending on what business they're in, they're growing their business or trying to maintain it. So if I can't see them at a happy hour, I'll grab coffee or lunch with them. So if it's been a couple months, just say, hey, I'm just calling to connect.